at Design Tech High School. For as long as I can remember, the STEM field has always fascinated me. And here at BlueStamp Engineering, I was able to have the first-hand experience with the different aspects of engineering by creating a water gun intruder detector. My water gun intruder detector works when motion is detected and skirts the person. Now here's a quick demo on how it works. I did give the sensor a little bit of calibration time before it runs. Motion is detected, it then skirts the box. So one of the key components, part of my water gun intruder detector, is a MOSFET. A MOSFET is a transistor which acts like a switch in my case, which is controlled by the amount of voltage that is applied. A MOSFET contains 3 pins. It contains the gate, the drain, and the source. I've connected my gate to my Arduino board. An Arduino board is a microcontroller, otherwise known as the brain behind the whole thing. And then I have my drain connected to the motor from my gun, and I have the battery connected to the source, which is from my gun. So when the PIR sensor is a passive infrared sensor, which is when it's a motion sensor, when it detects motion, it sends a value of high to my Arduino board. Then that value of high is then, since it's connected to my MOSFET, it sends that value to the MOSFET. When that value of voltage is sent, it causes the second and third pin to connect. When the second and third pin connect, it creates a full functioning circuit, which then causes my water gun to go up and running. Throughout this project, I faced many frustrating challenges. For example, initially I was using a Huzzah Feather. A Huzzah Feather is a different type of microcontroller, but the Huzzah Feather seemed to have a mind of its own and would not want to communicate with other type of key components, but it only worked to itself. So I made the decision to switch to Arduino Uno board, which worked much more efficiently for me. In addition, I realized that after 3 days, I was using a broken PIR sensor, which made me learn that I should always test out my materials before making everything work together. I also encountered different bugs when trying to upload content to my Air, but after hours of research and talking to my peers and mentor, I was able to decipher what was going on, and I was able to solve my problem. Throughout this project, I learned a lot more than I ever thought I would before. I learned about resistors, capacitors, Bluetooth modules, PIR sensors, and I learned about the different type of microcontrollers. And I learned how they all work together to create a full functioning circuit. I also experienced the work of a true engineer. For example, you will always face challenges and obstacles along the way, even when you don't expect to. And that's exactly what I faced. Sometimes I felt like I hit a dead wall, and that's going to happen. But you have to keep on going and keep on trying, because eventually you'll end up having it working. I entered the new world of Arduino and coding with Arduino IDE, which I've never heard of or have used it before. I got to have a first-hand taste of mechanical and electrical engineering, and along with a little bit more of a programming experience. Overall, BlueStamp is a very eye-opening experience in which I'm very thankful for. I gained new research skills, and I learned how to ask thoughtful questions to my peers and mentor to learn how to figure things out. And I know I'll definitely continue engineering, and I hope to pursue it in the future. Thank you.
What do you plan to use your project for?
Actually, so this is another thing I've been working on adding to it is a camera. So when motion is detected, it takes a picture of the person and uploads it on a popular social media, Twitter. And it also then sends a message to my phone saying that that motion is detected too. And it also even says like a fun thing saying like "got you" when it takes a picture of the person. So it's kind of like no one would really expect a water gun to be an intruder detector, and it's like a secret, hidden, fun way to get someone.
Do you have a specific target in mind?
Any brothers and sisters?
I have a brother, but no target in mind. Any more questions?
Did the water gun has any electrical components before?
Yes.
Oh, it did.
It has a motorized pump in here. So basically, originally what's in the motor gun is the pump and the battery. So the pump is here and the battery, the battery is here and the pump is here. So when, originally in the water gun, they two are connected to itself, but I cut inside the wire so it controls, which is connected to my breadboard circuit, which is connected to my Arduino board, which is connected to my sensor. So when it detects motion, it then sends a signal to turn on the gun.
Very good.
Thank you.
What inspired you to do that?
Okay, so one thing that has been going on a lot and is a lot of crime, and a lot about how I've on the news how a lot of Amazon packages are being stolen, or how a lot of like shoplifting or something. This is like a really unexpected thing you would see. Like you don't expect a water gun just sitting there, and it could be really effective, especially when I'm working on adding a camera to it to take a picture, which then sends a message to your phone and also uploads it onto Twitter, which is kind of a popular source of social media.
For the camera, do you think it's going to be like offset somewhere, like on a wall close by, or like on the gun itself?
Currently I'm using a phone. So I'm using a phone to take the picture, which I have like, I made a holder for it to place one.
So like, what if they steal the gun?
She lost it.
Picture is sent already.
Does the water gun shoot when there's a motion detected? Or
Yeah.
when, oh, so like, the family member would just walk up to the